Pete Sepp is the president of the National Taxpayers Union. So, gentlemen, welcome and thanks for coming on today. Okay, we're going to talk tariffs in just a bit, but first let's start with the PPI. Again, that was released today. Christina mentioned it. It's a leading indicator of consumer price inflation, but right now it's flat, right? So, Peter Earl, start us off here. What can we take away from this data point?
Sure. So we look at the PPI in the context of CPI, which came yesterday, and the CPI had come. It rose a bit, but it was a moderate rise. And the PPI this morning was a little lower than anticipated, but it still, unfortunately, contained some bad news. There were prior revisions to numbers, which made the recent past of producer price inflation look a bit higher, and components of PPI go into the PCE, which is another inflation index that the Fed uses, and a bunch of those showed monthly increases. So those reversed January's declines, and that means that the inflation monster is still right in our backyard. We haven't beaten it just yet.
Yeah, indeed. Pete Sepp, I want to pivot to this, some real-world reaction to the news of some of these tariffs. We're talking about aluminum and steel tariffs that President Trump is projecting here. And you want to essentially bring back money for American manufacturers. But here's what a reaction was. This is a New York-based brewery, Talia Beer Co. Leanne Darlin was on CBS Mornings and had this to say about how these tariffs could impact her business. Let's watch.
So right now, we have the right moment, the right time. Manufacturing is back. If you believe that a supply chain bringing parts of cars across the border with Mexico or Canada.
So aluminum costs represent 25% of the cost of a case of beer for us. If we were to take that on ourselves, I mean, that's obviously going to impact our bottom line, and we would have to figure out how we're going to hopefully share the burden of those tariffs.
So that was interesting, Pete, because we played two sound bites there, one on accident. But that one, and the most recent one, the beer one, she's talking about the negative impact of the tariffs. The other guy, that was the CEO of Cleveland Cliffs, talking about how the tariffs on steel and manufacturing would actually be good for America. So it seems like, depending on which industry you work in, you're going to have a positive or negative reaction.
Well, yes, and it also demonstrates how the Trump administration's policy goals can sometimes be in conflict with each other. When you want to onshore manufacturing of various goods in the United States, pick one, can manufacturing, and you're increasing the cost of the raw input, a special kind of steel or tin that has to go into the cans, well, you're automatically making it more expensive to produce those goods in the United States, and you're chasing factories to make cans abroad. That's a real problem, and the administration needs to sort out its tariff policies to make sure that they aren't in conflict with other goals. Same with tax policies and spending policies. It's important to get this right.
Yeah. Indeed. And could it all change? We'll have to stay tuned to find out. Pete Sepp, Peter Earl, thanks for joining me this morning.
My pleasure.